Everybody, welcome on back to another edition of the TDJShow. Dominic here with me today, and
Hello.
It is July 7th, not even 24 hours removed from Game 1 as the Suns take a 1-0 series lead as they beat the Milwaukee Bucks 118-105. Alrighty, here we go. The main box score, key contributors to last night's game. We'll start with the Suns. Chris Paul, 32 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists. DeAndre Ayton, like I said in the preview, I said he was going to have a career night, and that is exactly what he did. He had 22, 9, and didn't score a single assist. Devin Booker had 27 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. And Mikal Bridges, who is awesome in every aspect. He had 14 points, and then Cameron Johnson had 10 points coming off the bench. Now, on the side for the Bucks, Giannis was originally he was doubtful, upgraded to questionable, and then was a game-time decision and was a full-on go. He went 35 minutes last night, 20 points, 17 rebounds, and 4 assists. Middleton led the team in scoring with 29 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists in 45 minutes of play. And Jrue Holiday had 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and 10 points in 40 minutes of action. Holiday went 0-4 from 3 and 4-14 from the field. And I talked about him earlier. So, last night I asked the question, does Jrue Holiday have to score at least 20 or more points for the Bucks to have a chance? I said yes. At the end of the day, it looks like I was correct. Dom, thoughts?
I'm thinking Jrue Holiday has always been the assist man on that team. On any team he's been on. He's always been there. He's got the speed. He's got a very nice vision of the court. I think if he steps up for Milwaukee, that team has a good chance of getting the chip on the next game.
I will say this. Jrue Holiday is one of the best defensive players in the whole league. Well, now I can't remember who he guarded last night, but if it was Chris Paul, didn't do a good job. Paul ended up having 32 and skyrocketed after a rough first half for him. So, better question yet, Dom. What do the Bucks have to do? What are the keys to the game for Game 2 tomorrow night? Because Giannis looked good. 35 minutes, 20 points, double-double. He looked great. There's no denying that. He did it.
In my opinion, they need to rush the paint. Giannis, as you know, he's been insane. Giannis is a beast. Although he just come on from an injury, he played surprisingly well last night from coming back from an injury. I think if they rush the paint, in that game, it'll have a positive outcome for the Bucks.
I will say this. I watched SportsCenter before the game, and they had Stephen A. Smith and Michael Wilbon at one point, and they both agreed to not have Giannis play the first 2 games of this series in Phoenix because it's Tuesday, Thursday. The next game's not until Sunday in Milwaukee. And they brought a valid point. I totally agree with the fact that I agreed with it. They probably should have sat him out, but the way he played last night, that game wouldn't have been close if Giannis didn't play. So
that's true.
I'm impressed on how Giannis came back. I guess it was a good decision made by the Milwaukee Bucks, the trainer, and Giannis Antetokounmpo himself. So, you said rush the paint. You know what I think they need to do? They need to guard the perimeter better. I mean, you got Booker putting up 27. Ayton put 22 points up. I mean, Paul...
Leave no gaps.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying on defense.
Here's the thing. Chris Paul has this mid-range jumper that just nobody can stop in general, and it showed last night.
In my opinion, Chris Paul, he's a true meaning of size does not matter. Because he's one of the shortest point guards in the NBA, other than Isaiah Thomas. And look what he's doing. He's putting up incredible numbers. And he's turning himself into an absolutely prolific player that he's already been, but more.
And out of And Giannis has failed to get to the finals a few times. He's finally there, first time in his career. This is the first time Chris Paul's been there in his 16-year career. And you want me to be completely honest, Dom? Chris Paul wants that ring more than Giannis did. And I'm not, Giannis played 35 minutes. He was on minutes restriction. He had 20 points. He did what he could do. But if it's like, you're there to win your team a ring, aren't you just going to do more than, put 20 points up in 35 minutes if you're the franchise's star, You guys beat the Brooklyn Nets. You
Here's
almost
what
saw
I
it.
think.
You beat the Brooklyn Nets in 7 games. You have to play 7 games again against the Hawks. You guys they swept the Heat in the first round. Beat the Nets in 7 games. Honestly, as good as defense as the 76ers played all year, the Nets were the better team offensively. I will say that. So you beat the best offensive team in the NBA. Then you have to go up against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks in the conference finals, as they took down the Knicks in first round. Knicks were surprising this year for me, definitely. The Hawks take down the 1 seed in the East and the 76ers, and then the Hawks pushed you to 7 games in a conference finals that honestly really shouldn't have happened. No offense, Giannis getting hurt doesn't help the case, but Trae Young was out 1 game. Actually, he was out more than 1 game, but I think it was the second game he was out. Trae Young, the Hawks beat the Bucks. That was kind of an issue because you beat Trae Young is their star, the guy that does most of the scoring. And
I would have loved to see Trae in the finals this year. That's such a bummer.
And you let the Hawks win without Trae Young. Something's not right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what ended up being a huge night in Phoenix. They won game 1. The key to Phoenix winning that game 1 was a huge third quarter on behalf of the Suns. Booker was hitting shots unbelievably. Chris Paul was Chris Paul all night. And you know what I said? If DeAndre Ayton was going to become a star, and I said it last night, tonight was the night to do it because when I recorded that, Giannis wasn't going to play. Giannis was still game time decision.
Questionable.
Yeah, game time decision. And then when I went on Instagram, I did my little 5-second video saying, hey, the new episode is up. Giannis was clear, and I added that. So it was like, does Ayton have that night like I said he was going to? Yeah, he did. He had a 22-point triple-double with 19 rebounds. Yeah, he out-rebounded Giannis in the whole game. Now, did he play more? Yeah, but...
Go on.
No, go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think DeAndre Ayton is a prolific star in the making, if he wasn't already. He had an incredible rookie season, and now this season he's truly showing that he can be one of the stars on Phoenix Suns. I think he will go far. He will 100% go far in this league.
I will say this. The first 2 seasons, I was kind of disappointed because, DeAndre Ayton wasn't that, first-round pick. Luka Doncic, Trae Young. They were showing up and they were showing out. Like, those were the guys of the class. And DeAndre Ayton, as good as he kind of wasn't that star that the Phoenix Suns had hoped. And you see all these people do these redrafts, and it kind of got the feeling, kind of like, the Suns make a mistake here? Should have they either taken Trae Young or Luka Doncic? I was like, okay, they might have made mistakes, but I still believed in it. And I liked Ayton ever since he came out of college. You want to know something? When Chris Paul came to this team, DeAndre Ayton was definitely going to become a star from the get-go.
I love how Chris is he's a team player.
Yeah.
He involves everyone.
He's the best player.
he's not a ball hog type of player. He involves everybody, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about Chris Paul. That's what makes him one of my favorite players in the NBA.
Chris Paul is the best playmaking.
He's also one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in person. That's what most people have said about him.
You know what? I want to say, I'm just going to say it because here's the thing. They'll say LeBron is everybody will say LeBron's playmaking is awesome, but here's the thing. As much as the Steph Currys and the, LeBron Jameses and, the Giannis's and the Butlers, the, Davises, as much as they change a team, there's nobody like Chris Paul that can take a team and put them in title contention. All right? Hornets, All right, you get traded to the Clippers, all right? Technically, you know what? If the commissioner of the NBA way back when, David Stern, didn't deny the trade of having Chris Paul go play with Kobe Bryant, okay, that didn't happen, so he goes to the Clippers. So he plays with Blake Griffin, DeAndre Ayton. They're awesome. Wait a minute. Clippers we'll take Lou Williams and a few other guys, and we'll give you Chris Paul, all right? Chris Paul went to a team that was the number 1 seed and was favored to win the finals that year. He goes to the Houston Rockets and plays with James Harden, and they almost beat the Warriors a few years. Chris Paul, believe it or not, will take a team from mid-playoffs to ruins and make them great. Here's the thing about LeBron. He's done that before. Cleveland. His first tenure in Cleveland. All right, goes to the finals, loses to the Spurs. All right. To me, it was just LeBron on that team. There wasn't a lot of big names on that team. All right. LeBron goes to Miami. They have Dwayne Wade. They got Chris Bosh. He has guys around him. James goes back to Cleveland where he gets Kevin Love and Kyrie. Guys around him. He ends up moving to LA. Here's the thing. LeBron didn't put LA in playoff contention his first year. They needed to bring Anthony Davis in because Lonzo and Brandon Ingram weren't good enough at the time. Even though Ingram's become a star and Lonzo's been better than he was in his time in LA. All right?
Yep.
Here's the thing. The Suns weren't a team that had superstars. They have young guys, all right? They have a young guy in DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker, and Devin Booker's just a walking bucket. There was questions about DeAndre Ayton. Chris Paul comes in, and in his first year in Phoenix,
leader of that team.
First year in Phoenix, with no big name around him, even though I guess you could say Devin Booker is one now. But that took time throughout the year. Chris Paul took a team that really only had 2 guys and took them to the finals in the first year. And you want to know something? That's something LeBron couldn't do in his first year in LA. All right?
True that.
He needed Anthony Davis to win a title. All right? Huge props to Chris Paul on that part. Chris Paul, I believe, in my eyes, is the best playmaker. And you want to know something? Should have been the MVP this year. As much as I told you it should have been Steph Curry, more I think about it, it should have been Paul. He finished 5th in the MVP rankings. All right, so next question. Was starting Giannis the right decision for the Bucks, considering that their coach, Michael Budenholzer, is on the hot seat already? And you know what? At the end of the day, you and I both agree that starting Giannis was a good decision because that game wouldn't have been as close without him.
I believe that starting him was a very risky decision.
That it was risky, but at the end of the day, it worked out.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it was a very, very risky decision because you don't want Giannis to hurt himself more.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis has always strived to be that player. He's always strived to be the star. He always strived to play. He is a very all-effort type of player. He would do anything to get on that court.
Yeah, and and that was shown last night. All right, so my last question regarding the NBA Finals. Ayton goes for 22. I said he was going to have a career night, and he did. Better question yet. Does Ayton take that next step and go for 30 next game? In game 2?
I'd say Ayton takes it slow. He takes it slower than he did the first time. Although he put up all those points, he needs to work on his defending. He's been a beast in the paint.
Yup.
Clearly. But I feel like if he put on the extra speed, he would be absolutely unstoppable, more unstoppable than he already is. I think he needs to take it slow on his defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs to take it slow on his defense and and control his offense.
I will say this. I think Ayton gets close to 30, but doesn't get there. Now, I wrote this question down, and at first I thought maybe, but then I realized, you know what? If Ayton scores 20 plus per game, he's doing everything right. He close to, 18, 19, 20 or more. He's doing everything right. Does he have to score 30? No. But does he have to control the rebound game for Phoenix? Yes. He's got to control his D. He's got to score points in the paint when they're desperately needed. I will say that. All right. What will the Suns kind of change in game 2 everything the Suns had going worked in game 1. So what kind of little adjustments will Monty Williams and the Phoenix Suns change?
I think they need to keep the defense pressure, and they need to keep their offense slow and controlled, like they were in game 1. I believe Chris. They need to make more adjustments for Chris and for Chris and Booker. I think Booker will have a nice game 2. I think he is truly ready after seeing his performance at game 1.
I think what they will change is possibly they use the perimeter a lot. Perimeter, mid-range.
They have very good shooters.
I will say they will continue to use the mid-range and perimeter, but maybe not as much. Maybe they'll have Booker drive in and maybe more and take some floaters. CP3 the same thing. Cameron Payne's just an absolute great slasher. Mikal Bridges, I think they'll attack the paint a little bit more based on how much they use the perimeter, especially in that second half. But yeah, I don't think the Suns will change as much as the Bucks need to. But to be honest, all right, if you have to give a prediction for tomorrow night's game, what is it going to be?
I'm thinking 110-102 Suns.
I'm going to go 120 to 115 Suns. I think they go 2-0. And you want to know something? I ain't going to say the meme until they go up 3-0.
Hey, I think the Suns might have a shutout in progress here.
I'm not saying it.
I'm not going to jinx anything, but they look good. They look incredible against this.
I will say Suns will win this series in 5 to 6 games, but until they win game 3 and they win game 2 and 3, I ain't putting up the 4. I'm not putting up the meme yet.
Yep.
All right. With that being said, all right, ladies and gentlemen, as of Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast, it is England versus Italy in the Euros, the finals. All right. England had to go to extra time today against Denmark. You said Denmark was going to win, and I said England. Italy went to PKs on yesterday against Spain.
Jorginho.
Yeah.
Jorginho saved Jorginho's beautiful stutter step. He has a beautiful penalty kick, Jorginho.
Your family's Italian, so how much does this mean to your family to see that the Italy soccer team is in the Euro final?
Oh, it's incredible. Me and my father have been following them since the start, since the beginning of the Group F.
I said it. I wanted it. I told you this morning. I said I wanted Italy to win this, but the more I think about it, I have to go England because everything I see And I think England's been in the shadow of the Portuguese, the French, the Spanish. Like, they've kind of been in this shadow where it's like, okay, they get by Denmark today in extra time. Harry Kane gets the deflection off of Schnickmichael. I think that's how you say it. Off the PK.
They have very interesting names, the Denmark.
Yeah. So Kane gets the rebound off the PK kick after it was saved by the Denmark goalie, and he gets it in. So England wins 2-1. Here's the thing about Italy. They're going to be rested. They're going to have a day and a little bit more. You have not much of a day, England, because you have to prepare and stuff like that. You don't have much of a preparation time because, well, you just went in the extra time. I mean, Italy did go in the PKs, so it's like, all right, but, this extra time was closer to Sunday. The Italians are going to be well rested for sure. All right, I know you're in it. I know you're going Italy here. What do you got?
We have a very good front three. I'm guessing we have Lorenzo Insigne left, Federico Chiesa at right, or Bernaschi, and at striker we either have what's his name?
Let me pull it up.
I can't believe I'm forgetting this right now.
Oh, let me pull it up for you. So, let me ask you this: if this game goes past extra time and it goes into PKs, how much of an advantage does the Italians have? Because both of these teams went in the extra time, so they know how to go the distance. What advantage, if it goes into the PKs, what advantage are the Italians going to have in your eyes?
I believe we have very talented penalty takers in Jorginho, and Chiesa has a very good run up. Emerson is a very tricky. He's a very tricky penalty taker. I think if it goes to penalties, I think the Italians will come out victorious, as we have many different attack formations for these penalty kicks.
My question is for you. What would be the downfall on Sunday for Italy?
The downfall is our spread. We have a very spread defense.
Yeah.
I know England is a very tight team.
Yeah, you guys run a 4-3-3, and the English run a 4-2-3-1.
One thing we have to worry about is the attack of Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He is a beast. Harry Kane is a beast. He has the speed of a striker. He has the leg of the striker. And England has a very, very young midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Mount and Phil Foden. I
will say, you know what really impressed me, because Kane's been that guy for the English. The thing that impressed me, the guy that kind of stands out from all the rest, except for Kane, was Raheem Sterling. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, of course.
37th minute, there was that huge save that Sterling took the shot on goal. That was a huge save because that kept the game 1-0 for Denmark. And then Sterling, what looked like a goal on his behalf, which wasn't. It was an own goal for Denmark. The person that scored the own goal was Simon Kajiri. Yeah, something like that.
They have very interesting.
I know they have very interesting names, and you just don't want to botch it because you just don't want to offend anybody. So there was the own goal there because it tipped off of the defender and it went in. I basically watched most of the game except for extra time because I had to go do something. But I did see the highlight of Patrick Kane put in the PK. That was huge.
Have you watched any of Italy's games lately?
The game, I watched the back half of Italy and Spain. I think I watched extra time or a little bit more into the second half.
What are your thoughts on Federico Chiesa if you've watched any of his goals? Because he is the youngest player on this Italian team, and he is certainly taking a huge step forward for this team.
Federico Chiesa. Yep.
Yes.
All right, so he scored in the 60th minute. He did not take a shot in the PKs. Let's see. Let me watch it right now, and I'll get back to you.
He has been playing incredible lately. Him and Manuel Locatelli. They may not be known, but they have been playing outstanding for Italy lately.
For me, it's good to see
young players, amazing young players.
I will say this. For me, it's good to see the Italys, the Denmarks, and the Ukraines of the world actually play good in soccer because it makes the Olympics and it makes the World Cup when it comes back in a few years more interesting and more exciting. I said the USA team, Christian Pulisic is just elite in general. The leader,
he has been absolutely going crazy for that Chelsea team.
Yeah.
As you know, they won the chip this year in the
Premier League.
Champions League.
Yep.
Versus Manchester City.
Right.
Somehow, I wanted Manchester City. I'm not very big on the Blues.
All right, I am watching it right now. So this happened around the 60th minute. All right, they just caught it past midfield. Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
As for poor Ty.
Oh,
man.
what a snipe! Man. The Spanish goalie wasn't even close.
That was an absolute class strike from Chiesa.
That was beautiful. The ball placement on that was amazing.
He has an incredible curve. He has an incredible curve into his kick.
And the Spanish goalie didn't even move. It was like, I think the Spanish goalie figured that ball was going over the net because he didn't even move. He just kind of stood there and watched it happen. That was beautiful.
For any of you video game players, I think we should expect an increase in Chiesa's overall in the game from a regular 78 to probably an 82, I'm guessing. I would say an 82.
That's a good prediction. All right.
He has been playing incredible lately for his age of, I think it's 21 or 22.
Yeah. So, how bad does England want this? That's my
England. Yeah. England has been in a surprising struggle
since
the World Cup
in the past few years. I think
in 2018.
There's some people I follow on Instagram that are huge England supporters, and they all say it's their time, and they want this bad. What it seems
England, like. They say England is a huge party country. They are big on that stuff. They're huge on like World Cup, all that stuff. They go absolutely bonkers whenever they win.
Yeah.
So I think if England pulls out versus the Italians this coming day, I believe that there will be parties all over England. That place will be a complete party central.
Yeah.
The Italians, on the other hand, they're just crazy in general. They're just a crazy fan base. They are crazy, very, very supportive of their country.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very It's the love for the game. The Italians truly the Italians who watch truly love the game. It'll be amazing to bring the chip back to Italy.
All right, 54,000, and I think there was more numbers. Just roughly about 54. Actually, more than 54,000 fans were in attendance at Wembley today, and I turn it on. You want to know what I hear? All I hear is the fans. I can hear the
fans are incredible.
I can hear
the finals. It will be impossible to hear at the finals. The fans are so deaf. They're just so deaf. They just make the whole stadium. It's truly an experience.
I could hear the fans more than I could the commentators. It got to the point where I had to turn the TV down. So here's my question. How much of Wembley and the fans and the atmosphere, how much is that going to play a factor in it? It played a factor today because out of the 54,000, only 8,000 of those fans were representing Denmark.
Truly, England is a big country, certainly bigger than Denmark. So obviously, it wouldn't be a surprise to see that many English fans over there because they're very passionate about their country and the game.
Mm-hmm.
Denmark. Denmark, on the other hand, I do not follow much of Denmark, but I do know that they are big. They are big on soccer. They are very big on their sports because in the Olympics there's many Denmark supporters in the Olympics, and they're very athletic. They're very athletic country. There's many good soccer players. Although you may not know their names, they're truly a very athletic country. They're a very quick team when you watch. But England just proved that they were the better team that day, and they pulled out with the dub.
And you did say that you wanted Denmark this morning.
I thought Denmark was the Cinderella team of this tournament. Truly,
I thought it was in Italy because here's the thing. Here's the thing about Italy. They really never make it past the first round. The groups.
Here's the thing with Italy. Italy, we've always had a good defense. I don't know. Our front three were always questionable because we did not have young players. As you know, we did not qualify for the 2018 World Cup as we lost to Sweden.
Yeah, we didn't. The U.S. didn't qualify for the World Cup either, so it's like
for the first time in 27 years.
Yeah.
So that is a huge bummer to all Italians. But this coming year, World Cup 2022, and I think it is in Japan or Korea, I am very, very hopeful for this squad. I think Italy will 100% go far because this year we've truly shown that we are contenders. We are true contenders this year. We are one of the fastest teams in this tournament, as you've seen. Barella's been playing insane. Insigne's been playing fantastic. Our front three attackers always there. We are the quickest team in this tournament. I think my prediction for Italy versus England, I think it might be a 3-1 game. 3-1 Italy. In my opinion.
I will say
we keep our tempo.
I'm going to go 3-2 England, but I think this game gets past. I think this game's going to go to extra time, though.
It will 100% go into extra time, but I'm pretty sure this will be a close matchup. But I think Italy has more of the tempo on their side because it seems like England takes it more slow. So it's gonna be an interesting game to see. But they're two very different tempo teams.
Yeah. One's going to want to push the pace and one's going to slow down the pace.
England, I was reading some of the coach. I was reading some of the coaches what's it called?
Report or
coaches
interview?
report for the team
or press conference.
Coaches report for the team, and I think Gareth Southgate, which is the coach, he said that against Italy, England truly needs to bring up the pressure in their defense because England's defense is filled with many huge, as you know, with John Stones and Harry Maguire. They're both above 6 foot.
Yup.
Very tall defenders.
They made an impact today. I was really
truly Harry Maguire played amazing game today. I think that Italy, they are very tall, which will make it hard for the wingers. But I think if we're able to push the inside box, I think we'll be able to score a couple on. I think we'll be able to score a couple on Jordan Pickford. He's been playing pretty good lately.
Yeah.
I think if Italy keeps up the pressure, it'll be an interesting game to watch. All in all, it all depends. It all depends on what happens. It all depends on what happens at the end of the game.
I'm excited for Sunday. I'm definitely excited.
I am pumped. I'm going to a party with my dad with a true Italians party with a bunch of my family, and we're all gonna watch the game. So it's gonna be good.
All right. Oh, what else was I gonna say? All right. With that being said, all right. One last thing, MLB. We're gonna go around the. Oh, actually, this is what I wanted to say. World Cup 2022 is going to be held in Qatar, which is on the continent of Asia. Good news is, though, 2026 is going to be held on the continent of North America. It's going to involve the States, Mexico, and Canada. I think 2026 is going to be, that World Cup's going to be insane.
That would be a fun World Cup to watch. I'm excited for this Argentine team this coming World Cup. I'm not big on Argentina, but I'm excited to see this Argentine team because they have last Copa America. They were absolutely incredible.
Honestly,
their midfield was insane. Messi was Messi, and it was just Aguero was absolutely class. He is just fat. Aguero may be old, but he will never seem old because he is always hustling. He's always there. And of course, he got traded to Barcelona the other day. Well, not the other day, actually a month ago, but he played his final game for Manchester on the day of the finals of Champions League.
Dom, the last Copa America I remember was what, 2016? No, 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember my father. I was up at my camp, and I remember my father coming into where I was sleeping and trying to wake me up because Peru and Argentina went into PKs, and I woke up the next morning watching SportsCenter, and I saw Peru take that game against Messi and the Argentinians.
That was a very interesting game.
Yeah.
To watch.
Oh, crud. I can't find it. So, better question yet. Does Argentina beat Brazil?
I am not. Brazil is
Come Saturday, does Argentina beat Brazil?
Brazil is a very elite team, as you know. They have Neymar and their striker Gabriel. What's his name there? Gabriel Jesus.
Yep.
And their right winger, of course. They have that David Costa. Very good. Is it David Costa? Hold on a second. Yes, it is David Costa. David Costa, he is a very short player, but he has the speed. He has incredible speed. You've seen this man is one of the fastest players to ever play the sport of football or soccer. He is truly one of the best wingers on the team. As you know, Neymar has some of the best skills in the whole game. I think Italy, I think it will be a close game, but Brazil, I think will come out victorious in that one.
As much as I want Argentina to win it, I do think Brazil's got a more complete roster than Argentina does at the moment. So if I was to put money on this, I would go Brazil, but I'm going to go Argentina 2-1.
Ooh.
Yeah. So coming up on the 40-minute mark. All right, quick MLB around the plate. Dodgers and Marlins are tied 5-5. Top of the 8th, 2 outs. Blue Jays are up 10-2. Bottom 8th, 2 outs. Phillies, Cubs. Cubs are up 5-3 on the Phillies. Top 6 with 1 out. Athletics and Astros. Astros up 3-2. Top of the 6th and 0 outs. Diamondbacks and Rockies just got underway a little while ago. Top 2nd. Cardinals up 1-0. Bottom 1st. On the Cardinals up 1-0 on the Giants. Bottom 1st. Rays take an 8-1 win today in 7 innings as that was doubleheader of Game 1. Braves take a 14-3 win against the Pirates. White Sox go 6-1 against the Twins. Tigers beat Rangers 5-3. Reds beat Royals 5-2. Mets take a doubleheader Game 1 with a walk-off 4-3. And then the Rays, a 7-inning no-hitter against the Cleveland Indians. That seems to be common this year. And then the Angels take a 5-4 win over the Red Sox, and the Brewers take a 5-0 win over the Brewers in Game 2 as they split that doubleheader that way. 4 minutes until first pitch, Yankees-Mariners at 10-10, and the same for Washington and Padres. Nick Nelson on the mound for the Yankees after Domingo Germán was scheduled to start but can't because he had an emergency root canal happen. So it will be Nick Nelson versus Yi Puichi. And then for Nationals and Padres, Patrick Corbin versus Chris Paddock. That is your MLB Around the Horn. Next time on the TDJ Show, we will talk more MLB, more baseball, talk a little bit about the NBA, and yeah, NFL's coming close to preseason sooner rather than later and beginning of the year. Same with college football. I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, sports, they're coming back. We got the Olympics this summer, also the basketball tournament where a lot of alumni teams from colleges play and others. So we'll talk that. So for Dominic, I am Tanner Jace. Thank you everybody for watching the TDJ Show.
Thank you.
And I will see you on the next one. Dom, give me a minute.
Have a good night.